Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this week's Top 5 Camps. I'm Tinted Nerd Glasses, and as ever, we've got some incredible builds for you to take a look at. However, this week, we're doing things a little bit different. The first half of this video is going to be dedicated to the top 5 immersive builds of the week, and the second half is going to be dedicated to the top 5 clean builds. So yeah, make sure you stay tuned to the end to see all these wonderful creations. Anyhow, enough knobbing around, let's take a look at them. So in the 5th spot for the immersive category, we have with the Trash Raiders shopping mall build. Intriguing. Now right off the proverbial bat, I love this location. You know, Carenge is one of the coolest and most unique spots on the whole entire bloody map in my opinion. But for some reason you don't see many people building here, and I've got to ask the question, why in the hell not? It's awesome, just look at it. Location aside though, Bear has absolutely nailed this build. It's got more curves than Shakira's thighs, and it's immersive as hell. It's a bloody good look at this one. I'm also going to give you some marks of complexity as well, Bear. It's not an easy thing to throw together. There's a few, cool little building techniques used on it, and I like that. It's nice and masochistic is the word I think I'm looking for. Oh, and my friend, you've absolutely nailed the exterior. It looks immersive, it looks scrappy, and you've chose a bloody good location for it. Nice one, Mon. Now on to the interior side of things, and this is a store build, guys. I'll let you into a little secret. Bear actually submitted this for that bloody special edition week we did, where it was all, shop and store theme builds. And I reckon overall, mate, you have done a really good job on it. But like I said, on the original entry that you did, it could have done with a little bit more decor. However, I can see the size of your build would have taken up a shit ton of budget. So yeah, fair play on that, mate. All in all, Bear, I love this build, pal. It's complex, it looks really bloody cool, and as I've said 87 times, this location is chef's kiss. Thank you very much for entering, my friend. Congratulations on the number 5 spot. Now, in the number 4 spot this week, we have Pebu666, and this video was very kindly uploaded by Silver Bunny on behalf of Pebu, so yeah, thank you for that, Bunny, it's much appreciated. Anyhow, on to Pebu's build itself, and guys, quite simply, I've fallen in love with this bloody thing, and it's because it looks like the interior of my shed. I'm not going to lie to you. It is the definition of organised chaos, isn't it? I mean, everywhere you look in here, there's just piles of shit. And we kind of like that in the immersive category. I mean, it's the kind of thing you would see in a wasteland, if you was a hoarder in the wasteland. I mean, after all, you can't have too many reskinned stash boxes, can you? Now, I'm guessing some of you watching this are thinking, TNG, there's no structure to this, it's just a pile of shit dumped down underneath some tents. And yeah, that's quite literally what it is. However, do not let that fool you, mon petit fleurs. This is far from an easy build to pull off. Getting junk to sit naturally is an art form in itself. I mean, any man and his dog can throw down a load of shit and say, oh yeah, that's my build done. But to actually make it look like this, like it's all been collected and placed down by an actual human, is very bloody difficult indeed. Believe me when I say that. Overall, Pebu, you've done an amazing job with this. And I've just noticed that mannequin walking, that plushie as well. Sorry, plushie mate. Haha, yeah, that's a really clever touch, that. I do like it. Thank you very much for entering this week. Congratulations on the number 4 spot. More than well deserved. In the number 3 spot this week, we have Muskokaboy with the Crow's Nest build. And this has been very kindly uploaded by Moonlight Cowboy. So again, thank you very much, Cowboy, for being, a generous guy. Honestly, I do love how the building community helps each other out when they need it. Anyhow, let's take a look at this build. So the first thing that's evident about this is, wow, how many kicks in the penis did you receive trying to get this structure on the side of the monorail tower? Not gonna lie, my friend, that looks like it was a proper pain in the ass to, actually get up there and build. So yeah, props to you on that one. So the exterior, I absolutely adore this. It's scrappy, it's immersive. That's evident, isn't it? I don't really have to tell you that. It's bloody spot on. I'm also really bloody impressed at the amount of vanilla building shit you've used as well. Now, yeah, obviously, there is quite a bit of Atomic Shop in there, but a builder who wanted to replicate this, who didn't have the Atomic Shop stuff, could, do a fairly decent rendition of it. That's the word I'm looking for. Another thing I'm really impressed with, and you don't see a lot of builders doing this, is how you've made it look doable, if that makes any sense. Let me explain to you. There's a thing on Earth called gravity. Now, if you go to the moon, there's a bit less of it, and, space as well. However, on the planet that we live on, if you drop something, 9 times out of 10 it's going to fall. Unless it's attached to another item. You get what I'm saying, don't you? Now, this is quite obvious to most people. However, you do see some camp builds where there's just a floating piece of concrete or some shit like that, which is totally defying the laws of gravity. So when I see things like this, just these simple slopey boy roof pieces here, looking like they're supporting the build, I do really appreciate that. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm sorry, guys. It's just something so simple, but it makes such a difference and makes it so much more realistic. Overall, mate, 10 out of 10 on the exterior. It's fantastic. Now onto the interior, and this is just as well put together. Again, guys, it's scrappy, it's immersive, it's law-friendly, it looks like it should be here. It also looks like a bloody elf hazard as well with that fireplace just belching smoke into the building, but we'll gloss over that. There's bigger things to worry about in a wasteland. Thank you very much for entering this week. Congratulations on the number 3 spot. Bloody good job. Now, in the number 2 spot this week, we have KH Corners, and this was a difficult one to actually try and categorise. I think that's the word. The exterior is very scrappy, it is very immersive, but the interior is rather clean. So, yeah, you guys let me know what you think down in comments. Have I made the right call or not? I mean, either way, it would have been in the top 5, no matter what category it was in, but anyhow, I digress. Let's just bloody look at it. Now, like I say, guys, on the outside, it does look immersive, but not in your traditional wastelandy, thrown together kind of vibe. It looks like an old structure that's been repurposed after the bombs have dropped. And personally, I think it's a really cool mixture between pre-war kind of building and post-apocalyptic bodgery. Hi. I think my favourite thing about it, KH, is the way you've incorporated the pre-existing tower. They're really cool structures, them, and you don't see that many people building around them, to be honest. I mean, let's face it, in this camp location, the most common thing you're going to see is either A, an oversized camp with 27 million vending machines, or B, some quantum-stacked, toxic basement dweller standing on the roof of the White Springs station. It's going to be one of the two. So yeah, seeing this spot used for an actual quality camp is a refreshing change. As I've said, guys, I like the exterior on this. It is a really cool mixture of old and new, and yeah, I'm going to say that it is immersive. Now, onto the interior, and this is where I had my head scratching, you know. As you can see, it's beautifully well done, but it is very clean. Now, I just want to go on record and say the builders who have submitted haven't stated whether it's a clean or an immersive build. That's just me using my TNG brain to, you know, categorise them. But either way, building style aside, this whole structure is incredible. The exterior is spot on. I think you've totally bloody nailed it. And the interior, yeah, again, beautifully well done, my friend. All in all, top marks from me on this one, KH. Thank you very much for entering this week. Congratulations on the number 2 spot. Now then, we come to the number 1 spot, and this is where I'd usually show you this week's honourable mentions. However, I'm going to be putting all of them together in the clean build category further on in the video. So yeah, without further ado, this week's winner of the top 5 immersive camps goes to Game Badgers with the Messy Mart Traders Post, and this is stunning. This is absolutely amazing work, Badgers. The first thing that stood out to me is how you've made the main building into a kind of A-frame structure, which looks a dog's bollocks, and I love how you've used the scaffolding ramps as well. I've never seen that done before. It's really cool, it stands out. Really impressive work there. In all honesty, my friend, the whole exterior is impressive. It looks like a little compound, and I like that, especially that guard tower you've made there. I could just imagine some traders, you know, just hanging around here with somebody on sentry duty standing up there. Yeah, top notch. There's just so many bloody cool features about this build. I mean, again, that little garden you've made. It's somewhat dead small, it's somewhat little, but it adds to the old overall feel of the place. The immersion levels on this, they're hitting 10, you know, they're up there. Fair play to your Badgers. Now on to interior, and this matches the exterior down to a bloody T, you know, scrappy, immersive, yeah, and it looks like a trader's post, doesn't it? There's shite scattered around everywhere. You could imagine someone walking in here and just purchasing something. I'm not gonna lie, mate, them stairs you've made over there, them stairs right here, yep, them ones you see on the screen, they are spot on. I mean, that is a really neat little building trick. I like it. It's things like that, little details that make a build really stand out. All in all, Badgers, this is bloody beautiful, mate. Very well done indeed. Thank you so much for entering this week. Congratulations on the number 1 spot. Very well deserved. And with that, guys, that is the immersive builds done, and we move on to the clean builds of the week. Now, just before we do that, I want to make you guys aware who are watching. If you fancy your hand at entering the top 5 camp competition, it's really simple to get into. All you got to do is look in the description of this video, and you'll see a link to my Discord. Once you clicked on that bad boy, all you got to do is find the weekly submissions section, and yeah, post a link to your build video. It's as simple as that. Anyhow, enough of the Discord chat, let's get back to business. In the number 5 spot of this week's clean build category, we have Kashi with the Crystal Concept Camp, and this thing is just, well, it's pretty striking, isn't it? Reminds me of that bloody structure in France if it's not been destroyed by rioters. What's it called? Part of an art gallery? I don't bloody know, but you guys no doubt have some form of idea what I'm on about. It's a little bloody stumpy pyramid. Anyhow, the thing I really liked about this Kashi is how you've not actually used too many walls. I like the roof pieces directly on top of the foundation. It's quite a cool concept. You could say a crystal concept, couldn't you? Speaking of the foundations, actually, I like how you've laid them out in terms of the colours that you've chosen. It's very clean and modern. Aye, I can roll with that. Oh, and all Kashi, I'm loving the exterior. Like I say, it's pretty cool to look at. It's definitely unique, you know, I've not seen many like this before. So yeah, 10 out of 10. Now, on to the interior, and I must say, my friend, I would have liked to see more decoration in here. Now, we do have some pretty cool stuff, like inside this giant testy on the side here. Like this little thing you've got going down with symptomatic here. Aye, I like that. I also like the little merges you've done over here as well. Spot on. I just wish there was a little bit more, my friend. I will say, though, I think that see-through floor you've got going on with alt decor underneath, that's bloody cool, that is really smart. Again, another really clever concept. Aye, really does stand out, this build, and that's what I love about it. Kashi, thank you very much for entering this week. Congratulations on the number 5 spot in the clean build category. Hats off to you, mate. In the number 4 spot this week, we have Shameless Trouble with the double treehouse build. And this thing's stunning. How beautiful is that, guys? It's a really complicated structure, but it's been executed really nicely. Aye, top work, Shameless. You definitely had your kick in the penis card equipped. Now, trust me when I say, guys, this build has had a hell of a lot of work put into it. I've never personally attempted one, but Stole Your Sweet Roll did something very similar to this. And I really can't remember how long he said it took to make, actually, but it was definitely long enough to get an aneurysm or for you to throw your controller out at window in rage. So yeah, Shameless, hats off to you for the sheer masochism it must have took to get this right. Now, as well as the 2 tree houses, which are, you know, obviously the centrepiece of this build, that spiral staircase you've made, that is absolutely stunning. But the question is, does it work? Let me know down in comments. I'm only playing with you, my friend. Of course it works. I mean, look how well designed it is. It's beautiful. Now then, if we walk up said spiral staircase, we come into this fantastically well put together interior. I mean, look at that stereo that they've made there. That's bloody incredible, that is. And the way you've made those alien storage boxes into a planter. Top marks, my friend. Very nicely done indeed. To be honest, pal, both of these interiors are stunning in each treehouse. You know, you've done a fantastic job on them, and you've absolutely smashed the outside. I mean, that goes without saying, doesn't it? Shameless, thank you very much for entering this week. Honestly, top-notch work here. Congratulations on the number 4 spot. Now, in the number 3 spot this week, we have Moonlight Cowboy with the Billboard Abode. And first things first, wow, who would have thunk an old advertising board had made such a nice house? Honestly, Moonlight, it's a really clever idea, this, mate. And the fact you've made your own billboard and not just repurposed an old one, it's pretty cool, man. It's pretty bloody convincing as well, to be honest with you. You could actually walk past this and not give it a second glance. Yeah, fair play. I think the most impressive thing about this whole entire building, though, is your masochism. I've just been watching the video now, and that post that you've made, 175 wall pieces. And you've managed to get it in a circular shape as well. I mean, how the bloody hell do you have the patience for that, pal? You know, I regularly get comments saying, oh, it's the same people in top 5 every week. Well, with builds like that, now you understand why. The amount of dedication and time some of these people put into the camps, it's unreal. These are some properly dedicated builders. Anyhow, let's take a look at the actual living space, shall we? And wow, this is actually really, really well kitted out. You wouldn't expect this on a made-up billboard, would you? The decor is absolutely on point, and it's got quite a cosy feel about it. Yeah, I really do like that. Moonlight, thank you very much for entering this week. This build is sublime. congratulations on the number 3 spot. More than well deserved, my friend. Right then, guys, in the number 2 spot this week, we have a legend in the camp building community. It's Aquanova Plays with the new White Springs Bundle Manor Camp. I'm guessing that's the type. I don't know. What I do know, however, is I need to log on to 76 and buy that bloody bundle. I've not actually seen it yet. That's stunning. That is actually, wow. Anyhow, the thing that stood out to me about this build is just how bloody gorgeous it is. It is so clean and it is so well put together. Now, granted, yes, it's not as complicated as some of the other builds that we've seen, but for that wow factor, yeah, this is this is up there. I mean, come on, guys, imagine stumbling across this in Wasteland. You would be mildly impressed, wouldn't you? Aye, of course you would. Now, the interior's a typical Aquanova style, you know, everything's got its place, everything has a job. Nothing too fancy, nothing too over the top, it's just done. And to be honest with you guys, in this particular build, I think it works really well. Aqua, this build is absolutely gorgeous. Like I said, it really does stand out. If I came across this in Wasteland, I'd have to have a nosy around it. Thank you very much for entering this week, and damn you for making me want to spend some more money on this game. Congratulations on the number 2 spot. Very well deserved. Right then, guys, so now we come to the number 1 spot. But before we, show you who that is, it's time for this week's honourable mention section. Yes, and like I said before, guys, all 4 honourable mentions are going to be done now. The first honourable mention from the immersive section goes to Shawzo with the monorail camp. And mate, I absolutely love this. I really do appreciate the fact you've built a full-on monorail instead of just making your camp inside one of them. You just said to yourself, sod the easy route, I'm going to go down the hard route and just kick myself in the ballsack repeatedly. And I get it, you're British, we're good at punishing ourselves. Seriously, Mon, fair play to you. You know, you chose a difficult location, you went all out with your build. Ah, yeah, top marks, my friend. Now, the second honourable mention from the immersive section goes to Giacomo with the Merchant's Rest micro build. And first off, how the hell have you stuffed so much shit into such a small area? That is literally one of the most packed out, prefab structures I've ever seen. But it's really well done, mate. The decoration is on point, so detailed. Honestly, I don't know you've got so much crap in here, but still kept it functional. That's really bloody impressive, that is. Remember how I was saying earlier, guys, how putting junk down isn't easy? It's an art form to have it looking decent. Well, here's another prime example for you. Giacomo, fantastic work on this one, pal. Thank you very much for entering. Congratulations on the honourable mention. Now, our first clean honourable mention goes to Wasteland Wanderer with the Back to the Future Out of Time build. Now, is this another movie-based build? I don't know. I've never seen Back to the Future either. I'm terrible. I know I need to start broadening my horizons. To be honest, mate, I just looked at this and thought, wow, that's actually a really, really smart looking build. It looks like something you'd find in Charleston, like a town hall or something. I never knew it was a movie reference. Oh shit, my deepest apologies, guys. Either way, mate, whether it's a movie reference or not, it's an absolutely stunning build. I loved how it looked, and I do know that that's supposed to be a DeLorean outside. That's about it. But yeah, thank you, Wanderer, for entering this week. Congratulations on the honourable mention. Now, our final honourable mention goes to Twisted Rose with the Barrel Shanty. Now, this was a difficult one to, categorise. Obviously, it's not immersive, but it's not really clean either. However, I made up the categories this week. I didn't tell the builders, so I'm not going to push one out because of something I've done, if that makes any sense. The simple reason why this is in here is because it's so bloody unique, it's cool. I have never seen this in 76 before. And it's so bloody nice to see people trying new things, even after this long since the game's been released. It really is refreshing. Honestly, Twisted, I love the look of this thing, and the interior, them barrels just make it look so weird and wonderful. Aye, properly unique and unusual build this. Twisted, thank you very much for entering this week. Again, it's so nice to see something different. This really did stand out to me. And with that, that's the end of the honourable mentions. Let's go back to the top 5 and see who's got first place in the Clean Camps category. Drumroll, please. This week's winner is Goldfinger76 with the Under Paris Skies build. Absolutely stunning is the best way I can describe this. I have never seen a better city/townscape build in the game before. This is spot on, my friend. You've nailed it, to be quite honest. And the way you've got like a little river in the middle as well. I mean, come on, guys. This is fantastic work, innit? If you stumbled across this in Wasteland, you would stay and have a mooch around it, wouldn't you? It stands out. It's different. I love how every single building's got a different design to it. And the lighting, that is absolutely on point. I love this build, and it's quite a substantial size as well, and the buildings have all got a bit of shape to them. You've not just thrown down rectangle or square boxes. They've all got a little bit of uniqueness to them. You can tell you spent a lot of time doing this, Goldfinger, and I can appreciate that. Now, unfortunately, Mon Petit Fleurs, we can't see many of the interiors, so I don't know what Goldfinger's done in them, but the ones that you can see, yeah, he's actually filled it up really nicely. Now, usually I would have a comment to make about that. However, have you seen the size of this thing? I bet that budget is crying at the moment. And come on, let's face it, the main attraction about this build is the fact it's a cityscape. That's the thing you're going to be looking at, not what's inside of the buildings. Goldfinger, I absolutely love this build, pal. By far, one of my favourites that I've seen in a long time. You really have hit the nail on the head with this one. Thank you very much for entering this week. Congratulations on the #1 spot in the Clean Camps category. Very well deserved. And thank you to everyone who entered this week. Seriously, this competition is getting massive. You know, we're going to struggle to keep it a top 5 for much longer, I think. You've all done fantastic work. Well done indeed. Thank you for entering. As ever, I'd like to say a massive thank you to all my channel members and Patreons. The extra support is much appreciated. If that's anything that you guys are interested in, there's a link down in the description. However, if that isn't your thing, please consider hitting that like button, if you did like the video of course, and maybe consider hitting that subscribe button. We do this kind of shit every week. Anyhow, Mon Petit Fleurs, that is it from me. I love you and leave you, and I'll catch you at next one.